Good morning and welcome to P&B Sports. I'm Evan Sunday, and today we'll be discussing what transpired in England at the Carabao Cup finals. And to do justice to that, Walter Odige, a sport analyst from Lagos, will join us within the show to discuss or to do justice to that. So don't go anywhere. Grab your teacup because P&B Sport start now. Welcome back. It's the P&B Sport right here in Abuja, and we'll have Walter on the line. Walter, how are you? Walter, are you there? Walter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning, and how is Lagos this morning?
Lagos is well this morning, thank you.
Oh, okay. Walter, it's like you're under the weather. I don't know why you do it. I saw you on Sunday because I was in Lagos. I saw you on Sunday, and you are this high. Anyway, I enjoyed myself though. Thank you for the treat. But thank you for the treat. I enjoyed myself though. But I don't know why you are this calm this morning. Hope everything is fine.
Everything is fine. I'm just preparing for Sunday as well, but everything is fine. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Let's dive into the conversation. Walter, you saw what transpired in the Carabao Cup finals between Liverpool and Newcastle. But to be honest, Walter, if I asked you a month ago that Liverpool will crash out of the Champions League and also the Carabao Cup, will not win the Carabao Cup rather, will you believe that?
Like you said, months ago, nobody would have believed that because they look like a team on fire. They look like the best team in the world a month ago. They were undefeated. I think they lost only one game. That's to Nottingham Forest. That's the only game they've lost all season. So yeah, it would have been impossible. But you have to look at the two teams they played. PSG. This is like the best PSG team I have seen in years in the Champions League. So I wasn't surprised that they got knocked out by the PSG. Okay, let me say I wasn't surprised after the first leg, because before the first leg, Liverpool were my heavy favorite. But after the first leg, after seeing that first leg, I think PSG totally dominated that game. Even if Liverpool won the game 1-0, the signs were there that this PSG team is a super team and they were going to go to Anfield and get the needed victory to qualify, which they virtually did. So for me, PSG defeat was okay. You could still forgive them for that. You could still say okay, it's the Champions League. You're coming up with super teams, and okay, let's forgive that. But I think the Carabao Cup defeat, it's kind of, it was unexpected, to be fair, because this is a Newcastle team that you had expect on a normal day Liverpool to crush, because it's only when a trophy is in line. But guess what? From minute 1 to minute 100, so there was 100 minutes of play that day. From minute 1 to minute 100, Newcastle totally dominated the game. There was no phase or no stage of that game that day that you had say, okay, Liverpool dominated or something. No. Newcastle showed that they wanted it more. They wanted the trophy more. They believed in themselves more, and they got it. I think it was disappointing from Liverpool. Like I said, I can forgive them or excuse them, give them reasons for the Champions League, but for the Carabao Cup final, it was unexpected. A month ago, like you said, we were talking about Liverpool winning 4 trophies, but after Sunday, we are talking about only the Premier League, which I think they will win only because of the other teams being so poor and bad. Not because Liverpool were exceptional, but because all that teams were really, 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 really terrible.
But what do you think from the performances put together from Liverpool so far this season, and his lot and his squad? Do you think on a very good day, when everybody is on their best, do you think they will finish third? This Liverpool team.
If everybody is on their
Because
best,
I'm talking about the likes of Man City, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Chelsea, and the likes of what they call again, even this season, Tottenham Forest even surprised me so much this season. They impressed me so much because I never expected that they would even put such a performance. Do you get? But like I said before, let me go back to my question. Do you think if these other teams were on their very, 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 Manchester United, Chelsea, Newcastle, sorry, what they call again, Arsenal. Do you think Liverpool would have really even have a chance? Don't you think they'll be struggling for even the Champions League spot?
Okay, let's not over analyze their situation. They've not been that bad. They've not been that bad. Certainly in the league, I think they've lost just once in the Premier League or twice in the Premier League this season. So they've not been that bad in the league. But the truth of the matter is, if this was the Manchester City team, if it was the Arsenal team, I think Liverpool would have finished third. Even if Manchester United and Chelsea were even good this season, I don't think they would have finished above this Liverpool team. It's a good team, very good team. They go about doing their business cleanly, and I think just only Manchester City and Arsenal would have finished ahead of them if everybody was playing to their full strength and full potential. But that would say I keep on saying this thing, that the year that Leicester won the Premier League, it could have been any serious team. That's what is happening this season. It could have just been any serious team. Okay, just imagine. Let me ask a question. Just imagine Liverpool too was like other bad teams this season. We would have been talking about Nottingham Forest winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
That would have been the statement. Nottingham Forest we say Nottingham Forest will win the Premier League.
That will now take our mind back to, is it 2016, 2017 when
2016, yes.
2016 when Leicester City won, yeah.
Yeah, so it's what I'm saying. So football, it's you have to just be informed, but it's rare that you see the top 4 teams, the 4 big boys, that's Liverpool, Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, and Tottenham, not being able to, it happened in 2016 with Leicester City. So if at all Liverpool were not up to it this season, we would have been saying Nottingham Forest, can they win it? Can they do it? So now,
Barnes again. Isak makes a run now.
I won't lie, they've been very, very good. Even the Carabao Cup, they were also good, except the final. So, but it's what it is. Football, you need to turn up on the important days. And Liverpool have had two important days this season against PSG at Anfield in the Champions League round of 16, second leg, and they did not turn up. And unfortunately for them, subsequent game was against Newcastle at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final, and they also refused to turn up. I think those two games will have a great impact on their overall final assessment of their season, because now players that you were thinking, why are we not giving these players contract? Why is Van Dijk? Why does Van Dijk not have a contract? Why does Arnold not have a contract? Why does Salah don't have a new contract? But you watch them in the two games against PSG and Newcastle, certainly against the Newcastle side, and you are thinking, should Liverpool really extend this guy's contract? Are these guys not old? Are these guys not aging? So those are questions, so it's football. You just need to turn up on the important days, and Liverpool have so far failed to.
Then let's stick with Mohamed Salah. Walter, don't you think? I know we've had this conversation before now. We talked about him getting the Ballon d'Or if he could get this and get that to win the Champions League. Now he's getting out of the Champions League. And now, I think the only trophy left for Mohamed Salah now is Premiership. Do you think with that, does that really pull, does that really pull weight? Does that really pull some kind of weight for him to win the Ballon d'Or?
For me, I don't see it happening. I don't see Salah winning the Ballon d'Or this season. I read a tweet yesterday, 1 week ago. By this time, was it by this time? Yes, by this time. This is Wednesday, right? Yes, I think they played on Wednesday evening. So by this time last week, Salah was number one on the prediction list, on the favorite list. By this time last week, he was number one. By Monday this week, just 6-7 days later, he fell to number 6 on the rating, on the favorite list. So, whether I would like it or not, he's had a phenomenal individual season. He's been absolutely fantastic this season, especially in the Premier League. He's done incredibly well. With his numbers and everything he has done this season, helping Liverpool towards the 20th league title. But the most important thing, the most key factor here is, the Ballon d'Or is decided in the later stage of the football season. It's decided with what your team can do in the Champions League, what you are able to produce in the Champions League. Same as what you are doing. If it's a year of international football, it will be Euro, it will be World Cup. What can you do? What can your team do in this international football? So I think for me, Salah is not going to win this year Ballon d'Or. I don't think he will finish top 3 because
But let's assume, Walter. Let's assume that the Africa Cup of Nations is this month or maybe next month, and he came down, he won. Do you understand? Do you think he's still going to give him that boost? Because do you think even African, because the likes of what is his name, Jamie Carragher, that was talking down of the AFCON. Do you think even with the AFCON, does he even still stand the chance because of the Champions League? Because right now I think the Champions League is so glorified that if you win it, you have upper hand. I don't really get. So what is your take on that?
The Champions League is such a glorified tournament. It's such a huge tournament. But like you said, if he wins the AFCON, does it give him any chance? I think if Salah were to win the AFCON, maybe a top 3, he can get back to the top 3. I don't think it will be enough to win the Ballon d'Or, except he pull up incredible numbers. When I say incredible numbers, let's say he scored 10 goals, 5 assists, and Egypt won the AFCON.
What are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yes. And maybe neither of Barcelona nor Real Madrid wins the Champions League because the favourites currently for the Ballon d'Or They are both in Barcelona and Real Madrid. In Madrid, we have Vinicius and Mbappe. In Barcelona, we have what's it called? Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. So those are the 4 favorites right now. So maybe if those two does not win the Champions League and Salah, performs ridiculously well at the AFCON, then I think Salah will have a chance for the Ballon d'Or. But as it stands, I don't see any chance for Salah winning the Ballon d'Or because, to be honest, it will be determined by who wins the Champions League, who performs well in the Champions League, who scores goals in the Champions League, who break record in the Champions League. That is the big football. That is the big stage. That is the biggest stage. And I think that's what's going to determine who's going to win this season's Champions League.
Okay, well said, Mr. Walter. We'll be going for a very short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about Newcastle more. We'll be talking about just Liverpool. We'll now look at we'll take the conversation to the Liverpool side and see what happened there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's CPMB Sports right in Abuja, and of course we have Walter Odige, a sport analyst from Lagos. It's right here with us. Walter, let's go back to let's flip the coin back to Newcastle. Of course, they've done so well. There's no two ways about it, and no one even gave them the chance that they're going to win this trophy because on paper everybody take it to. In fact, they've given it to Liverpool on paper, but you will not believe that. For 70 years, this is the first time they are winning a domestic trophy for the past 70 years. What does it mean to the coach and the squad at this moment?
Football is such an unpredictable sport. Like, football is something you cannot just open your mouth and say this or that. You just have to be patient and see what it has for you. Certainly a final of that magnitude. Newcastle went into that game and they not won a trophy of any sort for over 70 years. So it was in their mind and they know that this is an opportunity. This is a chance. They've been in the final before, I think against Manchester United, the final of the same Carabao Cup 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And the Manchester United edged them out on that one. So they came to this one knowing that this Liverpool team is not a super team. Trust me, if Liverpool had not played that PSG game home and away and they played that final, definitely Newcastle would have had a chance because first off they would have been scared. They would have been like, okay, we are going to face the Liverpool, this super Liverpool team. How do we approach this game? Should we sit back? Should we defend? Should we, what should we do? They would have been scared, but they saw Fox in Liverpool game in both PSG game and they were like, oh, really? This Liverpool team can be exploited, so we don't need to respect this Liverpool team. We know we can all out and attack this Liverpool team, and that was what they did. They went all out for Liverpool. Like, I watched that game, I could not believe what I was watching. Liverpool was powerless. They maltreated Liverpool the way PSG did to them, and I think that was where they won the game. There was no fear whatsoever in them. There was no respect. They didn't respect Liverpool. They went all out. They attacked the game for minutes 1. I think Liverpool had their first shot on target for the 70th minute. They attacked the game. They were intentional. They were just taking shots. They didn't have single respect for Liverpool, and I think that was where they won the game. There was no fear in them. They believed that this is Liverpool team. They can beat them. They are here for the taking, and they got the results.
Talking about Alexandra Isak, he played 2020. He won the Copa del Rey also for Real Sociedad or something, Real Sociedad, and that was, I think that was their first trophy in 33 years. And same thing to Liverpool. To Newcastle now, their first trophy in 70 years. Do you see history around this guy?
Yes, he's a history maker.
Because in Real Sociedad, he won that trophy. After 33 years, they won that trophy. Now he moved down to Newcastle. After 70 years, they won this domestic league. Their first time they won. So, and he was even instrumental because he had a goal in that final. So,
Yes.
what can you tell about? Is he a history maker? Because
You can call him that. You can call him a history maker, a miracle worker. You can actually call him that. You can actually call him that. You know, Isaac, for like you said, helping Real Sociedad to win their first major trophy in over 55 years, and coming to Newcastle to help them to win their first trophy in over 70 years. It's a good feeling, and I think he deserves it for what he has done this season. He's been absolutely special this season, and I think he deserves to crown it with a trophy. Once you have a very good performance, we saw players like the great Harry Kane, who hasn't won a trophy till now. I just pray it does not
about
bottle
to
that
about to
bottle.
win one.
Yes, he's about to win one, but let's pray it doesn't bottle it, because Bayern can bottle that trophy. But that aside, that's not my point. We saw the great Harry Kane. We saw what he did for Spurs. We saw how great he was. Like, there was a season Kane won both the highest scorer and highest assist provider. Kane was but he didn't manage to win a trophy. Like they will say in like Nigerians will say, no evidence. No evidence. Tomorrow now, when I was telling this is how you say, what did you win? I'll be like, I was just scratching my head, because he actually didn't win anything. So it's what is as good as it was. So now we get this sack. After this special season he's had with Newcastle, he's gone on to win a trophy to back it up, and I think it's really special for him and the team. And let's not forget, let's talk about the manager anyhow. When the new consortium, the new owners came in from Saudi Arabia, people expected these new owners to go for world-class coaches, to go and bring in a real type, a Guardiola type, a Ancelotti type. But no, they said, you know what, we'll go for a young, vibrant English manager. And what Eddie Howe has done at Newcastle is beyond special. He has qualified them for the Champions League. He has, finished top 6 in the second season, and now he's also fighting for the Champions League football, and he has won a first trophy for the club in over 70 years. I think that's special, man. That was absolutely special. He's proven himself that, okay, the success he had at Bournemouth wasn't fluke, or wasn't a fluke. He's come here and he has proven himself beyond reasonable doubt that he's a very, very, very good manager. And I'm happy, I'm happy for Newcastle, I'm happy for the team, I'm happy for Eddie Howe, because I love Eddie Howe so much, I love the team so much, and hopefully they can, the Carabao Cup way can propel them to finish in the Champions League position.
That's another conversation. Do you think they will? That's because that's another conversation entirely. Do you think they will, with the likes of I think Manchester City and Chelsea, they are still pushing hard. Seeing Chelsea falling behind and Manchester City coming forward again, do you think we might see a kind of changes in that top 4 this season? Not the regular 4 that we normally see.
If it's quite from position 10 to position 3.
Very close.
They are just, I think there's just 3 points separating 10th to 3rd. 3 points, just 3 points. And the teams in the mix include Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Brighton, Fulham, Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea. So those are the teams in the mix, and just only 3 points separate these 7 teams competing for the final 2 positions of Champions League. No, final 1 position. That's the final.
Nottingham Forest and Arsenal already have taken those first 3.
Yes, first 3. Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Arsenal have sealed the first 3. So we're talking about 4th position. So if you look at it, it's going to be tough, because Chelsea wants it, Manchester City wants it, Aston Villa wants it, Newcastle obviously wants it. So those are the 4 teams I will be predicting to take the last final position. But if I'm to make an outright prediction, I think I will go for Newcastle, because overall of the 4 teams I think they are the only one that have shown that bit of consistency this season. Newcastle, Chelsea were consistent at the beginning of the season. For over the past 2 months now, since December, they've gone back to the Chelsea we all know inconsistency. We don't know what to expect from them. So I don't think I don't think they are consistent enough in the past 3 months to seal that final position. Then away from Chelsea, you look at Manchester City. You never know what you could get from City this season. They are the shadow of themselves, and they've been absolutely terrible, this season, because they could just go on and beat Nottingham Forest 4-0 today, and they will go and lose their next match or draw their next match. So they are so unpredictable and so inconsistent. So I think they will also struggle. And for Aston Villa, it's the same. Aston Villa, they've not been consistent in the league. I thought after January signings, they will kick on, but they've not been able to kick on from there. I think they've had just one victory in their 4-5 games since the January transfer window closed. So that's not good enough. That's not good enough for a team that wants Champions League football. So I will pick Newcastle, because even as much as Newcastle can lose anytime, but they've shown that they are the most consistent team among the chasing pack. So I will go for Newcastle. And let's not forget, we might have 5 teams qualified for the Champions League from England this season. We might have 5 teams, and that will be that could even boost Newcastle's chance even further, because if 5 teams are to qualify, that means a 5th place finish might be enough to qualify for the Champions League.
But why do you say 5 teams? Okay, what about the FA Cup? What if Europa League? What if Manchester United win the Europa League?
Yes, if Manchester United are to win the Europa League, that means we might have 6 teams.
6 teams qualifying from England.
From England, yes. There were 6 teams from Germany last season, I think. Yeah, is it Germany or Italy? A country produced 6 teams in this season Champions League. So now, according to the UEFA law, I think there are currently 4 English teams in Europe competition. So if just one of those 4 teams, that's Manchester United, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Aston Villa. Arsenal is never out. Arsenal is in. So
Arsenal is in now. Arsenal is playing Real Madrid next. Yeah.
Yes. So there are 5 English teams in the quarterfinals of this season Champions League. So I am told if one of those 5 teams can make it to the semi-final, it will automatically seal a 5th position for English football for next season's Champions League. So English team will be able to produce 5 teams. Then if Manchester United were to win the Europa League, so that would be 6 teams will be representing England. We saw it last game in the Bundesliga, where Dortmund got to the final, and I think a German club won the Europa League. So we saw 6 teams from a federation last season. So from Spain. Yes, I can remember now. See, there were 6 teams from Spain in last season's Champions League. So we're expecting something similar this season.
Sport analyst Walter Odige from Lagos, I want to thank you very much indeed for coming for the show this morning, and thank you for your great analysis as always on this show. Thank you so much, Mr. Walter.
You're welcome.
That's the start of our show this morning. I'm Evan Sunday. From me and the entire team right here in Abuja, I say goodbye.